YouTube recording. Never do this crap on a selfie stick. It just never ends well, no matter what exactly you do. Okay. Better? Alright. Okay. Hey guys, it's me, One Gorgeous Godzilla, and if you are not like falling out in sheer shock and disbelief, would you believe I am here today with the long-awaited, much-promised Q&A mailbag video. So before we start with all of the questions and answers that you guys would like answered, let's go ahead and dispense with the preliminaries and give you a recap of where I've been and where I am now. So, if you're new to the party, I started this journey at my highest recorded weight of 259 pounds. On August 18, 2013, I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy with Dr. Robert Wegner at St. Francis Hospital in Memphis, Tennessee. I am not sure what my last weight was, but at the present time, I'm currently usually fluctuating somewhere in the 170s, the high 170s, like between 178, 175, somewhere in there. And as of right today, I am 177 pounds. So toward the higher end of my, I guess where my little normal place is, which is fine. Let's start with our questions. Do you get over the fact that you don't get hungry? That may be one of the biggest lies ever told. I don't know who in the hell said you do not get hungry, or if so, my body and my stomach certainly did not get the memo, because I get hungry all the time. I wish it were so easy that hunger just left the day my stomach did, because they talk about that ghrelin and stuff. Well, I must have ghrelin in excess of like a normal person, because baby, I be hungry. Okay, another question. Are you glad you had the surgery, and have you had any complications from it? Okay. Are you glad you had the surgery, and have you had any health problems from it? Do you recommend it or not? Yes, I'm so happy that I had the surgery. No, I've had no complications whatsoever from it, except my vitamin D is low at times, and that incision from many moons ago, it never really healed right, so it looks kind of ugly, like a scar. But the other 5 or 6 healed perfectly. They're almost invisible now. And would I recommend it? Yes, get the surgery. Get the surgery. If you can, 100,000 times, please get the surgery. It'll change your life. It changed mine. So yes, highly recommend it. Have I had a surgery for loose skin? Funny you would talk about that, because someone else asked about a full body picture. So I'm going to do that and talk about my loose skin probably at the exact same time. And so why not do it now? Oh, okay, this is a full body shot of me now, in clothes, mind you. Now, for all outward appearances, it doesn't look so bad. Again, thank Jesus for clothes where we can be without them. But as you can see from the side and from the back, it just doesn't look like there's just a big fat like mess going on under these clothes. But once the clothes come off, it is like an entirely different story. So hold up, let me change into like something more revealing, and you'll understand what I'm talking about. So, with that being said, outward appearances, I don't think it really looks that bad superficially. Then you start looking a little closer, and then it's like, I don't know, skin is doing some kind of wonky stuff. If you let it, I guess it could settle into like this weird little pouch. So a lot of times it's not an issue of shapewear to shape. It's like to kind of hold the skin in. Same with the arms. Again, I don't think they look horrible until, something happens and it's like, Of course, as I've mentioned In the past, and I cannot believe I am doing this, my issue with regard to, I guess, the residual effects of the weight loss surgery has and always and continues to be my thighs. These bad boys right here. Especially from like the knee area, and and I guess it just continues upward. I'm not going to go all up in my groin area because who does that really for free? I cannot believe I'm doing this video. I don't even know if I will upload it. But I feel like so many of y'all have seen the progress thus far, and it's been entirely too long since I've done a skin update, just to see or give you guys an update as to where things are going. My legs, from the knees downward, they look spectacular. And I've really worked hard to get my skin to this point, but it just seems like there's only so much I can do without actual surgical intervention. So, you keep plugging away, you keep chugging away, but front, sides, and back. So, okay, my next question is from Maggie, who is starting her 6-month supervised routine or 6-month diet. Congratulations, Maggie. Her question was, did you ever reach your goal weight of 140 pounds? If you did not, do you have any reasons why not? I'm afraid in the end, I will end at a weight that is not in the overweight category, but it won't be possible. I'm 5'5", and the range is like 130 to 155. How much did exercising help you? Well, Maggie, I, remain physically active. Exercise is probably the one thing that never changed about me before surgery and after surgery. I was insanely active beforehand, and I remain insanely active now. However, I don't remember at what point my goal weight was 140, but I must have been smoking crack. I remember it being 160, and I still haven't gotten to even that, because like I said, I'm always in the 170s. So for my height, that technically still puts me in the overweight category. It does. I mean, if you go in my BMI, it's still overweight. But I like to be normal, sure. But I'm at the point where I don't feel like it's in the cards for me. And what do I think about why that is? I'm not sure. I'm not really sure. Snacking, yeah, I do it, but not in excess. Working out, I definitely still do that. Water consumption, that could be better. But for the most part, I think overall, I'm a really good, surgical patient. I've never really abused many of the things. I drink coffee, iced coffee with Splenda, but I don't know. So I think it is achievable if that's where you want to be. I think it is attainable. People do it all the time. But there are other people like me where it seems like every pound has truly been a struggle. It has never been easy for me. I think exercising has helped me. I wanted to lose 100 pounds. I wanted to be somewhere in the 160s. And I guess watching other people just get there, it seemed like without effort. It just was so easy for other people. It just made me feel so bad because I feel like somehow I failed in my quest to do that. And it really felt good when I went to my nutritionist and I discussed everything. And my nutritionist reminded me, because I forgot, that they predicted for me, even way back when, before I ever had the surgery, that I would probably end up somewhere between like 191 and 168. So, according to them, I'm not a failure. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. But sometimes it's just all too easy to lose sight of that. So, there may be some of you that feel that way, that are struggling, but do not fret. There is life. Don't feel like a failure because I'm sure you've all come so far, but I don't know, comparison is the thief of joy. I've said it time and time again, and I do believe that it is your race, your lane, stay in it, and everything will resolve itself. So, enough of that. If you wanted that, more of that, I guess you just have to subscribe to the Hallmark or the Lifetime channel. But I just had to get that PSA out there. Okay, Jason wants to know, and he has a very simple question. Would you have done this knowing what you know now? Great question, and not only would I have done this, I would have done it sooner. I think that really and truly has been one of my biggest regrets about this entire process was the fact that I did not do it sooner because I initially started researching everything probably a year to 18 months prior to my actual surgery date, but I allowed various influences in my life to convince me, to scare me into not doing it. Yeah, I hate that I wasn't strong enough to know what was best for me, and that is a regret. Okay, someone posted, it's been 15 months since my sleeve surgery. The past 4 months I've been at a plateau. Did you go through the same thing? If so, what do you do? And do you still continue to experience problems with heartburn? First and foremost, no more heartburn problems. Amazing. One of the things that was a big issue with me before surgery, I had reflux like you would not believe. I haven't taken pills, I don't know in how long, in over a year, probably a few months after surgery, and I have had no heartburn issues since then. Plateaus, heavens yes. Plateaus are, I don't know, something you have to either make your peace with, because some people, they drop the weight that first 6 months, that first 9 months, like it is nothing. And part of you understands that at some point it has to stop, but the other part of you thinks that no, it's probably going to continue, just not as fast. So it is like a mental wallop when it not only moves not as fast, but it completely stops. Or you go back and forth from like those 2 or 3 pounds, 3 or 4 pounds, like that little range of up and down. That has been my life for probably, it's like over 6 months, which can be very discouraging, especially if you're continuing to still work out, still take your vitamins, still do all the things that you've done all this time, and you've seen, significant results from doing those things. And you're still doing it, and it seems like nothing's happening. Continue to do what you need to do. If you really are in the midst of a plateau, a lot of people have success with something called the 5-day pouch test, where you essentially go back to the basics for a couple of days, like all shakes for 2 days, then all protein. I've done that a time or two just to get over the plateau, and it has worked, usually, to the tune of 5 pounds in that week. And it also helps me with my restriction when I feel like it may be getting out of control. The 5-day pouch test, if you haven't tried it, please Google it. And best of luck to you. Okay guys, I went through all of the comments that I saw in the initial One Gorgeous Godzilla, the mailbag is open video, as well as all the questions that were in the One Gorgeous Godzilla Gmail account. And I think I've answered everything that I could find. If by some error I neglected to answer your question, please charge it to my head and my failing eyes and not my heart. I simply missed it. But I hope this was informative to you all, as it's always good to revisit the classics. And you all know I go up for the legends, and there's nothing wrong with a good Q&A video. My next video will be the field trip video that's, again, much promised and long awaited. And the special, thank you to everybody for just being a subscriber and watching me through this process. So until next time guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.